Neon lights, cassette tapes, and Saturday mornings in front of a boxy TV. The 1980s were pure magic for movie lovers. It was the decade that made us believe a bicycle could fly, that treasure might really be buried under your hometown, and that sometimes the smallest faces could tell the biggest stories. But behind the charm and color of that golden era were kids, real kids, growing up in front of the camera. Some faded away when the credits rolled, while others became legends who shaped Hollywood itself. Today on Silver Screen Secrets, we're counting down 5 child stars of the 1980s who didn't just survive the spotlight, they mastered it. Let's hit play number 5, Alyssa Milano. It's 1984. TV families are booming, and one show captures the heart of America. Who's the Boss? And right there, flashing a smile brighter than the studio lights, is 8-year-old Alyssa Milano. She wasn't just adorable, she was magnetic. Week after week, audiences tuned in not only for Tony Danza's charm, but for the spark Alyssa brought as Samantha Maselli, the quick-witted, big-hearted daughter who grew up before our eyes. When the series ended, many child actors struggled to transition, but not Alyssa. She reinvented herself in the late 90s, joining Charmed, one of TV's most beloved fantasy dramas. Suddenly, the sweet sitcom daughter had become a strong, independent woman, leading a supernatural sisterhood. Off-screen, Alyssa made another transformation, from actor to activist. She became a loud, proud voice for women's rights, humanitarian issues, and online social change. From sitcom innocence to spiritual power, Alyssa Milano's journey proved something powerful. You can outgrow your roles, but still stay true to who you are. At number 4, the eternal underdog, Sean Astin. It's 1985, and the Goonies hits theaters. Adventure, friendship, a treasure map. And at the center of it all, a kid named Mikey, played by Sean Astin, leading the charge with hope, bravery, and that unforgettable inhaler puff before every big moment. Sean had a spark that made him believable. He wasn't just acting, he was feeling. And that same quality carried him through one of cinema's most beloved sports dramas, Rudy, the story of a kid who refused to quit. Fitting, right? But Sean's defining chapter came years later, as Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings. The loyal friend, the emotional anchor, the soul of the story. In every film, Sean brings something rare, heart, not flashy fame, not scandal, not headlines, just genuine, enduring warmth. He reminds us that not every star has to burn bright and fast. Some glow steadily, lighting up stories and hearts for generations. Number 3, the master of transformation, Christian Bale. Before the Oscars, before the iconic roles and jaw-dropping body transformations, he was a 13-year-old boy chosen by Steven Spielberg himself to star in Empire of the Sun. Bale's performance was haunting. He wasn't just pretending to be a child lost in war. He was that frightened, resilient kid, and the industry took notice. But child fame is fickle. Bale stepped away from the spotlight for a while, quietly honing his craft. And when he returned, he came back like a storm. American Psycho, The Machinist, The Dark Knight. Each role showed a man obsessed with detail, discipline, and emotional truth. Christian Bale doesn't play characters, he becomes them. Gaining or losing 50 pounds, shifting accents, even changing his posture until he's unrecognizable. He's the kind of actor who reminds us why cinema exists. To witness transformation, to believe that someone can be one thing today and something entirely new tomorrow. From Spielberg's child prodigy to Gotham's brooding hero, Christian Bale's career isn't just about acting. It's about metamorphosis. At number 2, one of Hollywood's most remarkable comeback stories, Drew Barrymore. She was only 7 when she captured the world's heart as Little Gertie in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. One smile, one tear, and the audience was hers. Born into the legendary Barrymore acting dynasty, Drew seemed destined for greatness. But childhood fame came at a cost. The cameras never stopped flashing, even when the roles disappeared. By her teens, Drew faced struggles with addiction, fame fatigue, and the brutal pressure of growing up too soon. And yet, she refused to let her story end there. By her 20s, Drew had rebuilt herself from the inside out. She returned to the screen with charm and confidence in films like The Wedding Singer, Never Been Kissed, and Charlie's Angels. Then she went behind the camera, founding Flower Films, producing hits that defined early 2000s pop culture. Today, she's more than an actress. She's a host, a businesswoman, and a woman who turned her pain into purpose. Drew Barrymore didn't just make a comeback, she became the comeback and finally #1, Leonardo DiCaprio. Before the Oscars, the memes, the global fame, Leo was just a scrappy kid trying to make it on Growing Pains. But even then, there was something in his eyes. Intensity, depth, a hunger for something bigger. He broke through with What's Eating Gilbert Grape, earning an Oscar nomination before most actors even get their first agent. Then came Romeo plus Juliet, Titanic, and overnight, DiCaprio became a worldwide obsession. But here's what makes Leo different. He didn't get trapped in that heartthrob image. Instead, he ran the other way, choosing darker, deeper roles in The Aviator, The Departed, Inception, and The Revenant. Off-screen, DiCaprio turned his influence towards something even greater, the planet itself. He became a vocal environmental activist, funding conservation efforts and using his fame for good. Leonardo DiCaprio's story is one of evolution. From child star to artist, from icon to advocate. He didn't just grow up in Hollywood, he grew beyond it. 5 kids, 5 stories. Each one began under the same blinding lights, but each found their own way through the maze of fame. The 1980s gave us more than blockbusters and pop culture memories. It gave us proof that talent, resilience, and heart can outlast any trend. So which journey speaks to you most? The fearless fighter like Sean Astin, the shapeshifter like Christian Bale, or the phoenix-like comeback of Drew Barrymore? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more silver screen secrets, where every story hides a little bit of movie magic. Until next time, keep the reels spinning.